Welcome back, Trinity people. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday night. We do it every week, and as you know by now, we're inviting you and everybody else that might want to see this video to be part of it. So take a moment, share it with somebody that you think would love to be a part of changing the consciousness. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, maybe even leave a comment. All of these things help spread the word that we are changing the consciousness together by meditating on these particular energies and empowering them into the mass consciousness every Wednesday night. This week, of course, we're working with the energy of dependability. Dependability is pretty easy energy, but people get it wrong because they think dependability is you can never fail, so you must always keep the pressure on. And they take something like completion or persistence or support or something like that that's important to them, and they just try and squeeze it harder thinking that they'll get perfect results. If I just bear down and I make myself keep banging against this wall over and over and over again, I'll finally break through, and then somebody will say, oh, you're dependable. Like, you can't fail at all, so you can't ever take the pressure off. And this is not what dependability is at all. Dependability has a cycle to it. Dependability always circles back around and gives it another try. It doesn't just stay there and bang into the same wall over and over and over again. People that do that eventually get this sort of wounded mentality that everything's going to be tough and everything's going to be hard, and I won't commit to anything unless I'm sure I can do it because I want to be dependable, and dependability means you bang your head against the wall. Well, that kind of takes the fun out of it. Nobody wants to say they're dependable if it's just a question of you always have to keep smashing against this immovable object. So change your dependability, change the feeling of it, the sensation of it inside when you meditate, to be more of a circle that comes back around, never gives up, hits a barrier, grounds what they've got, comes back around for something new. This is what we're going to show you tonight with a really clever self-defense technique that I like a lot. I think I got this in Kempo class, but it was not really a technique, it was a demonstration of a principle that they call reorbiting. But I think it's a wonderful technique because it has the ability to stun the person, give you the chance to run away or proceed with your attack or whatever. It gives you a moment to assess the situation and maybe just move on from there. And it's non-lethal. The person may get stunned a little bit. They may even puncture an eardrum, but eardrums grow back, and it's a very low violence technique that's very dependable. It's reliable. You can count on this result. Now, I'm not showing it to you because it is a reliable technique. I'm showing it to you because it has all the elements of dependability. The technique looks like this. I'll say something to somebody like, oh, okay, if you keep being aggressive, I'm going to smack you. And then I do this. I always kind of warn them, and I do it a little slowly at first, because every time you throw your hands up towards the side of somebody's face, they do that. They do what she just did. It's just human nature. You put your hands up, which is what I want. In this case, that's what I want. So I say, I'm going to smack you, and I throw these up, and she blocks it, but then I use my hands as hooks, and I just kind of drop my weight, and I drop them down, and I reorbit back around. You want to kind of cup your hands. It's designed to pop you've heard of boxing a person's ears? That's what this is. It'll stun them a little bit. It messes with the equilibrium in your ears. If you do it hard enough and you get lucky and hit perfectly, you can puncture a person's eardrum. And that'll really take them out of commission. It's not deadly. Eardrums grow back. They're just going to be stunned for a moment. But it does give you a very reliable way to break the action and maybe get away. And it works because it's dependable. Dependability has this idea of, I try it, if it doesn't work, I take what I've got and I ground it, drop my weight. Hit an obstacle, ground, come back and try again. Hit an obstacle, ground, come back and try again. That's the secret of dependability. Let's let Jen try it.
I'm going to smack you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
There you go, just like that. You have to drop your weight. You want to take whatever you consider to be the obstacle and just ground it. Take whatever you got from it. I'm not over the hump yet, but here's what I've learned so far. Let me go do something with it. Let me drop my energy and ground this thing, and then I'll come back for another try. That is how dependability works. Go. Just like that.
Yeah.
And again. Perfect. It works because if I drop her hands with my weight, then there's no way she can make it back up here by the time I reorbit around.
I'm late.
You've got them beat. As soon as this happens, you've got them beat. You can make it back to their ears faster than they can. Now, if you do it wrong, if you just pull down and then try and reach back up, they can beat you. Right? Do it. See, you can beat the person that way. But if you circle, or as they say in Kempo, reorbit, you can come back faster than they can even get their hands up.
Yeah,
which makes it a very dependable, very reliable technique. But I'm not showing it to you because I like the technique. I'm showing it to you because the two parts of dependability are hit an obstacle and drop your weight. Ground what you've got. Whenever you hit a wall, ground what you've got already, and then come back and try again. Thank you, Jen. If you like this stuff, you should practice it at home. Go home and do this every once in a while in front of the mirror. Hit an obstacle, ground what you've got, come back and try again. Hit an obstacle, ground what you've got, come back and try again. These simple movements can get into your subconscious and provide you with the sensation of dependability, which then you can use to meditate with us. If you think this stuff's cool, stay tuned for more training.